Good morning student. I am Dr. Kadam Asha from Department of Botany, Dada Patil Mahavidyalaya, Karjat. Today we are learn about the plant cell structure and its function. So cell structure, plant cell. We learn about the detail of plant cell and its structure. Okay, so when we draw the diagram of a plant cell, it draws schematically like this. This is a plant cell. Here in the plant cells, there are fluid-like matter that we call as the cytoplasm. But first we know about, instead of this diagram, we know that what is means by cell. You know that cell is nothing but the cell. What is means by cell? Cell is nothing but the structural and functional unit of life. It is the structural and functional unit of life. When we say that cell is nothing but the structural and functional unit of a life, in life we know that there is the life means living organism, that may be animals and the plant. So in the living organisms there may be the plant and the animals. But you know that we learn about the botany, and botany means study of plant, its structure, functions and various metabolic activities. So here we only study the plant cell. So you know that the difference between animal and plant cell, that is very unique. In the plant cell there is presence of a cell wall, whereas in the animal cell wall is totally absent. After that, in the plant cell there is the essential organelles is present, that we call as the chloroplast. So in the plant cell there is presence of a chloroplast, whereas animals there is absence of this chloroplast, and in the chloroplast there is the dominant pigment is present, that is the, you know that the chlorophyll pigment. Also there are the various components or subparts of this chloroplast in which there is the photosynthesis process occurs, and we know that through the photosynthesis process all the plants they prepare their own food material with the help of a chlorophyll pigment and the sunlight. So in this lecture we learn about the plant cell. Cell is nothing but the structural and functional unit of life. Life means living organism, that may be plant and the animal. There is the unique difference between these plant and the animal cell, that is in the plant you know that there is presence of a well-developed cell wall, but in these animal cell wall is completely absent. Okay, cell wall present in the plant cell, while as cell wall absent in the animal cell. The second is the there are presence of essential organelles which are present in the plant cells, for example chloroplast, and here in the animal cells like these organelles are absent, and hence we know that the animals they are depend for the food material on the plants. Okay, so this is the introductory part of the cell. Cell is nothing but the structural and functional unit of life. It also defined as the basic unit of life. Life means living organism, that may be the plant and the animals. In the plant well-developed cell wall is present, and in the animals the cell wall is completely absent. So next to this we learn about the structure of the plant cell. In the plant cells, so when we draw the schematic structure of the plant cell, then first always we write the name of the diagram. So we schematically draw the diagram of plant cell. When we draw the schematic presentation of this plant cell, that time there is the living boundary that we call as the cell, or inside this cell or there is presence of semi-permeable membrane, and that is called as the plasma membrane. That is called as the plasma membrane. When we draw the structure of the cell, that time outermost layer of the plant cell, that is the cell wall. Follow to it there is a semi-permeable membrane, and that we call as the plasma membrane. That we call as the plasma membrane. And from this plasma membrane to central core part, that is called as the nucleus. That is called as the nucleus. These central part which control all the activities of the cells, that we call as the nucleus. From this plasma membrane to this nucleus, there is presence of fluid-like matter, or also called as the jelly-like matter. And these jelly-like matter we call as the cytoplasmic matrix. It called as the cytoplasmic matrix. And we know that in this cytoplasmic matrix there are various cell components are present, that is the different organelles of the plant are present. That may be the chloroplast, We know that this chloroplast is an essential organelle from which there is photosynthesis processes occur. Next to this, there is presence of another organelle that we call as the mitochondria, and these mitochondria have a key role or main functions, that is the storage of energy in the form of ATP. These mitochondria always store the energy in the form of ATP, and that's why we know that these mitochondria commonly called as the powerhouse of the cell. It is called as the powerhouse of cell, or it also called as the storage house of the cell or storehouse of cell. These chloroplast is essential because we learn that through these chloroplast there is the photosynthesis process occurs, through which there is preparation of a food material. Okay. After that, from these nuclear part to these plasma membrane, there is presence of a network-like structures, and that we call as the endoplasmic reticulum. That we call as the endoplasmic reticulum. So, these endoplasmic reticulum having again two types, that is, when on this network there is presence of the ribosomes, that time the aperture or the surface of this network is looking well or they appear rough in nature, and that's why when on these endoplasmic reticulum ribosomes are present, that time we call as the rough endoplasmic reticulum, called as the rough endoplasmic reticulum. And when there is smooth surface or there is no any appearance of the ribosomes on that network, that time they appear very soft or the smooth, and that's why it called as the smooth endoplasmic reticulum. It called as the smooth endoplasmic reticulum. In some books it also called as the granular and non-granular endoplasmic reticulum or granular and agranular endoplasmic reticulum. Means when all the endoplasmic reticulums the ribosomes are present, that time we call as the rough endoplasmic reticulum, and when on the network of these endoplasmic reticulum there is a absence of the ribosomes or though any presence or present of the ribosomes or any appearance of this ribosome body, that time they appear very smooth, small, soft, and that's why here we call as the smooth endoplasmic reticulum. So these ribosomes are play an important role. Ribosomes play an important role for the protein synthesis. So each and every organelle having their key role, like mitochondria. These mitochondria store the energy in the form of ATP. That's why called as the storehouse of the cell or powerhouse of the cell. These ribosomes play an important role in the process of a protein synthesis. Means through these ribosomes there is synthesis of a protein. These chloroplast is play an important role in the process of a photosynthesis, and this nucleus is a center of a cell which control all the activities of the cell. पूर्ण सेलच्या ज्या ऍक्टिव्हिटीज ज्या आहेत त्या कंट्रोल करण्याचं काम कोण करत असतं, तर हा न्यूक्लियस करतो. ओके. देन in these fluid like matter or the cytoplasmic matrix there is presence of, or in the cell there is presence of a lysosomes, or we call as the suicidal bags. Lysosomes, this also called as the suicidal bags. Why it called as the suicidal bags? Because lysosome is a organelle which having a ability to degenerate the older cells. Degenerate. D is nothing but the removal of cell, and re means newly formed. Regenerate and the degenerate. These are the two words. Re means forming, again forming, and D means removal. Okay, so lysosomal bodies or these lysosomes having the ability to degenerate the older cells and provide the space to newly formed cells or regenerating cells, and that's why here these lysosomes are called as the suicidal bags of the cell. Okay, because of presence of a various enzymes, they are having the ability to degenerate the older cells and provide the space for newly formed cells. Then also there are presence of microbodies that we call as that these microbodies. These microbodies is called as the peroxisomes and the glyoxysomes. Peroxisomes and the glyoxysomes. Here zones means body. Zones means body. So always there is the But that is the zome. Zome is nothing but the body. Lysosomes. Lysosome. Sometimes it also called as the lysosome body. Lysosomal body. Microbodies are the pair of the zomes and the gland of the zomes. Again, in these organelles or in these cell, there are different filament-like structure are present that we call as the intermediate filaments. Here there is some intermediate filaments are also present. So here we learn the schematic presentation of a cell wall. They are having the living boundary that we call as the outermost cell is the cell wall. ठीक है, त्याच्यानंतर these cell wall follow to the semi-permeable membrane that we call as the plasma membrane, which is a protective in function. They are having the ability to permit the foreign material inside the cell or the outside the cell. Then this cell wall is also protective in function. Ribosomes play an important role in the protein synthesis. Nucleus control all the activities of the cell. Cytoplasmic membrane is cytoplasmic matrix, not a membrane. Cytoplasmic matrix is a fluid or gel-like matter in which there are different components or the organelles of the cells are floating. Then there is the network-like structure from the nucleus to plasma membrane present that we call as the endoplasmic reticulum, having the two types, that is the rough endoplasmic reticulum and the smooth endoplasmic reticulum. When on this network there is presence of a ribosome that can be called as the rough endoplasmic reticulum, and when there is no appearance of the ribosomes on this nucleus on this endoplasmic reticulum or the network, that can be called as the smooth endoplasmic reticulum. This one is the chloroplast, which having a key role in the process of a photosynthesis. This one is the mitochondria, which play an important role in the storage of a food material or storage of a energy, not a food material, storage of a energy in the form of a ATP. That's why we are called as the powerhouse of the cell or the storehouse of the cells. And then these are the microbodies, lysosomes, intermediate filaments. These organelles or the components of cells, again they are having a different subtypes. So here we learn about the schematic presentation of a plant cell. Now we learn the 3D structure of a plant cells.